Did you know that if you got a pay rise this year, you could actually be poorer? In the UK, we're currently facing a problem called fiscal drag, and essentially that's because the government has frozen our tax-free personal allowance at £12,570, and that is until 2028, which means inflation is effectively dragging millions of us into higher tax brackets. But here's the thing, the UK tax code is over 10,000 pages long, and most people only read the basics of it. But I'm going to teach you about some of the hidden sections and the legal loopholes to essentially lower your tax burden. Whether you're a basic taxpayer or you're in the 60% trap, I'm going to try and cover it all for you and essentially show you how you can lower your taxable income. So let's talk about the biggest trap in UK income, which is the 60% tax trap. So if you're earning between £100,000 and £125,000 and £140, you are in the most expensive tax bracket in the country. Officially, it's 40%, but actually it is 60%. Now, this is because for every £2 you earn over £100,000, you lose £1 of your personal allowance. You lose your tax-free allowance, that £12,570 that the government gave you. You don't have it anymore. And the only solution that you can have is essentially contributing to your pension. So if you earn £110,000, you're effectively being taxed 60% on that top £10,000. Now, if you put that £10,000 in a self-invested personal pension, you get your personal allowance back. So you essentially turn that 60% tax loss into 100% retirement gain. Now, obviously, when you put your money into your pension, you can't touch it until you're 57 or whatever the age of retirement is then, but it is a great way to reduce your tax bill. Now, if your employer also offers something called salary sacrifice, you can also save on income tax and national insurance. It basically just, lowers your contractual salary, which can also help you keep your child benefit if you're hovering over the, 60,000 to 80,000 threshold. We'll now move on to the marriage allowance and the hidden credits that you have. So the most underclaimed tax perk in the UK is when you're married or you're in a civil partnership. If one of you earns less than £12,570 while the other is a basic rate taxpayer, you can transfer £1,260 of your allowance to your partner. So this basically saves you about £252 per year. And I know it sounds small, but you can backdate it for 4 years. So that's a check worth £1,000 from HMRC just for filling out a 5-minute form online. So don't leave that on the table. Also, make sure you know what tax code you're in, because you should see 1257L. That is the standard tax code. But if you see something like BR or K on your tax code, you might be overpaying. So just use an online calculator, go to Gov.uk and check your tax code. The next way you can reduce your tax burden, it's not really reducing your tax, but it's basically just maximizing your allowances. Basically, everyone in the UK gets an ISA, whether it's a stocks and shares ISA, a lifetime ISA, a cash ISA, etc. You get an ISA and you have an allowance of £20,000 per year. So any interest or capital gains or dividends that you make inside of this ISA are completely tax-free. So it's a great way of actually saving money and growing your money that you have. Because if you just put that money into a normal investment account or a bank account, the ISA is basically just a wrapper and it's a tax-free forever kind of scheme. So in 2026 and 2027, if you are under 65, your cash ISA contributions are capped at £12,000. So you can put up to £12,000 in your cash ISA and £8,000 into your stocks and shares ISA. I personally just put £20,000 into my stocks and shares ISA just to maximize the growth, because your cash ISA only gives you returns in the form of interest, and it's not the best interest rate. So using an ISA for saving money is so important, and please set one up. Now, if you are a parent, you can actually set up a ISA for your child who's under 18. You can only put £9,000 per year into their junior ISA. But again, as soon as they turn 18, you are doing them a huge favor. And again, all of the capital gains, etc., are completely tax-free because it's in an ISA. We're now going to move on to capital gains. Now, capital gains is essentially they tax where if you buy something at a price, sell it at a higher price, you pay tax on the profit. So if you hold shares or crypto outside of your ISA, essentially your capital gains allowance is now only £3,000. So again, this just shows why you might want to use an ISA rather than just a general invest account. So the thing is, the biggest tax leak isn't the rate you're paying, it's just the allowances that you forget to use. In the UK, your ISA allowance, your pension contribution allowance, and your capital gains allowance reset on the 5th of April. So, for example, ISA, remember you can put up to £20,000 per year into your ISA. In terms of your pension, you can contribute 100% of your salary or £60,000, whichever one is lower, into your pension. So if you are a higher rate taxpayer, you have to be using your pension to reduce your tax burden. And finally, your capital gains allowance, which is £3,000, again, every single year, that resets on the 5th of April. So because it is the start of the new year, please make sure that you're trying to max out your allowances and really take your finances to the next level. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It would mean a lot if you guys could subscribe and let me know what video you want to see from me next. Have a great day, guys. See you soon.